folks, thanks for joining. We will go ahead and get started with my first ever virtual call to order at 6:35 p.m. And then we're going to do a virtual Pledge of Allegiance. So I will try to face it towards the camera. Feel free to join me in doing the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do you mind if you mute yourself real quick? Or actually,
Roll call.
yeah, we'll go ahead and proceed to roll call. Ready?
Craig Arthur.
Here.
Andrew McGee. And I believe Andrew McGee will just be a couple minutes late. Matt Doublestein. Lauren Foley. Dave Taylor. Dave, can you unmute yourself and say that you're here?
There. Yes, I'm here.
Steve Milstead.
Here.
Danny Powers.
Here.
Can you go ahead and mute? Alrighty. Thank you, Brittany, for the roll call. So just a reminder of the quick overview of video conference procedures. For the most part, everyone is going to stay on mute unless you're a petitioner speaking in regards to agenda item, or you're a plan commission member with a question or comment or voting, or if you're a resident with a question. I believe we have one person in regards to agenda item A that would like to request to speak. So we will unmute you or ask you to unmute yourself at that time that you'd like to speak in regards to the agenda item. If there's anyone else on this meeting that would like to speak, feel free to mention your name and your address of residence in the chat so we can tally you and get you to unmute yourself. So without further ado, hold on just a second. And in regards to the each agenda item voting, this is to the members of the Plan Commission. We will be doing a roll call vote. Brittany will do the roll call after a motion has been made and seconded, and then we will get everyone's vote verbally on the call. So with that, we will go ahead and transition on to the approval of the agenda. I'll go ahead and try to make this easy, and I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
All right, motion has been made and Danny has seconded. We'll go ahead and Brittany do roll call, or do we need a roll call for approval agenda? Okay, we'll do a roll call.
Craig Arthur.
Yay.
Andrew McGee.
Here.
Dave Taylor.
Yes.
Steve Milstead.
Yes.
Danny Powers.
Yes.
Alrighty, tally has been made, motion has been made and seconded, and all in favor have said aye. So approval of the agenda has been made. We will transition on to the approval of the meeting minutes. I will go ahead and make a motion to approve the March 9th, 2020 meeting minutes as presented.
I'll second.
All right, motion has been made and been seconded. All in favor say aye, and we will do a roll call. Brittany?
Craig Arthur.
Yes.
Andrew McGee. Andrew, we're doing a roll call vote for every agenda item.
Sorry.
You're okay. Dave Taylor.
Yes.
Steve Milstead.
Yes.
Danny Powers,
I will take, yeah, I think we got it. We saw you on mute. Just assuming that's a yes. Well, we have all in favor, so that has passed. Moving on to the, doesn't look like we have any presentations, so we'll transition on to new business. The first agenda item for tonight is docket PC 20008 concept plan for Glasswater Creek, and I believe Liam is present to present.
Yes. So I am Liam Sawyer from Kimway Horn and Associates at 250 East 96th Street, Suite 580 in Indianapolis, Indiana. So our client is Community Reinvestment Foundation, which is commonly referred to as CRF, and the design build contractor will be T&W. As the staff report notes, we are proposing an approximate 33,000 square foot assisted living facility on a proposed 5.0 acre parcel located on the northeast corner of the MS Communication property. This building will be 4 stories with including 126 units. The site plan shows 96 proposed parking spaces, which exceeds the town's requirement. As part of the project, a public road stub will be built off New Hope Boulevard to the west of the site to mirror the entryway to Redwood Development to the north. A temporary cul-de-sac will be constructed on the south side of the public road, with the expectation that it could be extended further to the south at a future date under a different project. Service utilities, including gas, electric, water, and telecom, will be fed from New Hope Boulevard, and the sanitary sewer will be routed to the south via private lift station and downstream force main to an existing gravity manhole located south of the MS property. Drainage from the proposed improvements will flow south and east to existing green ditch. The drainage design for the project has been approved by Boone County at the Monday, April 20th Drainage Board meeting. And finally, this project has been routed through the town's TAC review process, and all comments have been addressed to date. That being said, I will now be happy to answer any additional questions about this concept plan.
Awesome, thank you, sir. We will go ahead and transition on to the staff report.
staff recommends that Plan Commission move forward with development plan and approve docket PC 20-008-CP Glasswater Creek.
Alrighty, are there any public requests to speak? I believe we have one. We have two folks to speak in regards to this agenda item. So we'll go ahead and leave it to Nathan. Who should we go with first? All right, Mr. Weathers, are you there?
I am. Can you guys hear me?
We sure can. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Mr. President and board members. So I live at 5895 Gateway East Drive. We face over the MS communication property, overlooking the park as well. I guess my one thing, even though it says it would be coming in off of New Hope Drive, let's be honest, people are going to be coming in off of Gateway right now as it is as well. And it's a drag strip as it is. So as more business is being built out and funneled through here, the traffic is going to be even worse. And it's a nightmare right now with people speeding through, getting back to there as well. I guess my other question would be, hopefully there's going to be screening, because I knew there was going to be buildings built on that property, but our understanding was it was going to be towards the south where the wooded area is right now. I would hope that they would be good partners and at least put up some sort of visual screening as far as trees and other things to block a 4-story building.
Thank you, sir. We'll go ahead and give the petitioner a chance to address that concern. Well, actually, I think we have a second in regards to Glasswater. Mr. Johnston, are you there?
Yes.
All
Can you
right,
hear
go
me?
ahead. We sure can. Go ahead, sir.
Right. Brian Johnston, 5913 Gateway East Drive. And similar to Kyle's concerns, living on Gateway, wondering if, the original traffic study that was completed when that was rezoned to urban business was completed based on access through the residential area, or if the traffic study was completed based on access off of the frontage road. And then what the setback requirements are of the towers that are out there. Typically it's a minimum of 1 times the height, sometimes 2 times the height when you're in a residential area. So if the proposed plant site falls within the setback requirements of those towers, or if those closest 2 towers will be torn down.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll go ahead and give the petitioner a chance to address those questions. So if I'm summarizing the questions correctly, it looks like there's some concerns in regards to the screening and traffic to the north of the proposed property, as well as has there been a traffic study completed based on access of both roads versus just the residential, and then the third being the setback requirements of the towers?
Yes, I could respond to a few of those questions. As for traffic, we were not required to do a traffic study for this project, but we have coordinated with Danny and town throughout, and I personally do not have knowledge of whether the original traffic study was based off access from New Hope or from Perry Worth to frontage road. But I could say for the development, it is a proposed senior assisted living facility, which is not a high traffic use since people are living there, and it's meant to be more of a community. As far as the landscaping, right now we are meeting all of the town's requirements for landscaping on all sides of the building. I can say that we have provided screening for features such as a dumpster enclosure, and that feature matches the building elevation and materials. And we work through that with the town as well. And then finally, speaking to the towers out there, we are working hand in hand with MS Communication. Currently, we are not tearing down or planning on tearing down any towers with this project. MS is very clearly aware of the project as they are the seller of the land. So we're working with them, but there are no clearance issues as of right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns around the Plan Commission?
Yeah, Craig. I just had a couple questions before. Just kind of, and maybe Brittany can answer the traffic issue is one, because yes, as more businesses come into that area, maybe not for this project, but would there be a traffic study done sometime in the future, because Gateway is going to be their access to those businesses. And then for, I guess, the petitioner, if he has, could you elaborate a little bit more on the landscaping on the east side? That's mainly, I think, the side that most residents will be concerned about.
Yes, right now on our landscape plan, because the park is in between and kind of meeting the town's comments and codes, we have 2 trees on the northeast corner, but that is as current plan about the only trees or shrubs that are along the east. And this is based off, again, the town's requirements, and also working through comments is currently where the landscape plan sits.
Okay.
Liam, I know a quick question in regards to the dumpster. That is, I know that this is just, this isn't the development plan, but you said there would be landscaping to the east of it, or is that just some sort of brick covering that you proposed?
It is a brick covering that matches the materials used on the building. It is everything will be block from view within the dumpster enclosure. And then there's also additional kind of, I'll call it maintenance shed within the enclosure as well, but it's all matching the same materials that during the development plan, you'll see the architectural elevations that's included as well.
Okay. Follow-up question to that. Sorry, I'm echoing. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and let Brittany speak to the traffic.
So regarding the traffic question, for this development, like Liam had said, with the anticipated use of it being a senior living facility, right now there is access to that site off of, I believe it's New Hope. For future development of the MS property site, the town is looking at having access to be directly off of Perryworth Road. We have the same concern as we do not want MS to Gateway East Drive to be something that is going to be a heavily traffic area with all the residential right there. So in the future with development, they will need to have access coming from Perryworth Road.
Thank you, Brittany.
One more follow-up question for you, Mr. Sawyer. Kind of on the east side, it sounds like you said that there would be a couple trees on the northeast corner. And I know that this isn't necessarily anything that's required, especially for this type of plan. Maybe in the development plan, we can see a little bit more detail, but it looks like that there's a drainage pond to the south of that, on the east side of the property going south. Is there any, I guess, appetite or any room for additional landscaping on that east side moving south? I think that's what a lot of the residents are asking.
There is room, and I will definitely discuss it with my client and go forward from there, but there's definitely room to add some trees on that side as well. So I'll discuss with CRF and TNW to see what we could do on that side of the building.
Okay, I think that would benefit both the residents as well as the folks that have to park at the facility, considering it would be shade most of the day for those folks that have to park on the southeast corner. So thank you, sir. Are there any other comments or questions from the Plan Commission? Hearing none.
Oh, we've been Zoom bound.
Well, it wouldn't be
I
a
see
public
that.
meeting without that, right, folks? Apologies for any of the content that was shown and that you could hear on audio. That is clearly not something that is acceptable as part of this Plan Commission meeting and not something that is representative of Whitestown. We will do our best to try to stay on top of that, but as this is a public meeting, and with the current circumstances, we'll just have to make do with the immature folks and kick them as quickly as we can. So before that happened, we were going to try to entertain a motion in regards to agenda item A.
I'll make a motion to approve. Sorry, I'm getting to my agenda on my other computer. Docket PC 20-008-CP Glasswater Creek Concept Plan.
I'll second.
All right, a motion has been made and seconded. We'll do a roll call vote.
Craig Arthur,
Yes.
Andrew McGee,
Yes.
Dave Taylor,
Yes.
Steve Milstead,
Yes.
Danny Powers.
Yes.
All right, a motion has been made, seconded, and all of those are in favor. Agenda item A, docket PC 20008, Glasswater Creek passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
it's important for the residents to realize that that's just the concept plan, and the development plan will have more detail when it comes through, and it will also require a public hearing before the commission.
Absolutely. Thank you for that reminder, John. I really appreciate it. Yeah, to John's point, this is the preliminary plan, and then the concept plan is really the first step to, and then the development plan is where a lot of those details are ironed out. So that will be heard at a later time. Transitioning on to agenda item B, docket PC 20011, concept plan for CSL plasma building expansion. Mr. Dempsey, go ahead.
Good evening. Greg Dempsey with Innovative Engineering, 3961 Perry Boulevard. Here to present tonight the concept plan for CSL building expansion. The site's located at 3810 Perry Boulevard, which is the northeast corner of State Road 267 and Perry Boulevard. The site is zoned I-1. The plans for the original building were approved in 2016, and at that time made allowances for a future expansion. The expansion is going to be made to the north side of the existing building. The current building is approximately 68,250 square feet. Parking for this site was all designed and accommodated with the first phase of construction, so no additional parking is proposed. The proposed expansion will be approximately 70,900 square feet. This will include a couple new dock areas as well as a perimeter drive around the building, and this will allow for fire protection access. There's no proposed utility extensions as a part of this expansion. This site received drainage board approval at Monday, the April 20th drainage board meeting. With that, I'll be happy to answer any questions or comments you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Dempsey. We'll go ahead and transition on to the staff report.
Staff recommends that Plan Commission approve docket PC 20-011-CP CSL plasma building expansion. And with this, when they go forward to development plan, they will be asking for a waiver. Part of the drive will encroach into the side yard setback, so there will be requesting a waiver to go into the side yard setback.
Alrighty. Thank you, Brittany. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak in regards to this agenda item? Go ahead and place it in the chat. Doesn't look like I see anything. Are there any comments or questions from the Plan Commission? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve docket PC 20-011-CP for plasma building expansion.
I'll second.
All right, a motion has been made and seconded. We'll go ahead and do a voting roll call.
Craig Arthur,
Yes.
Andrew McGee,
Yes.
Dave Taylor,
Yes.
Steve Milstead,
Yes.
Danny Powers.
Yes.
All right, agenda item B passes as presented. And we will go ahead and transition on to agenda item C, docket PC 20015, primary plat for shops at Anson North. Mr. Cross?
Yes, good evening, commission members. Brian Cross with Civil Site Group. Offices at 160 West Carmel Drive, Suite 240, Carmel, Indiana. This evening, we're presenting the primary plat. Is the, get to the staff report here, PC 20-015 PP. This particular site is located just to the west of the shops at Whitestown, which a local business there just to the east of the site is Hobby Lobby. The property is about 12.3 acres in size. Just north is apartments. To the west is what was known as Lake Anson. We're looking to subdivide this particular property, the 12.3 acres, into 4 lots for commercial development. There will be a center new driveway access road that runs north-south, bisecting the property. It will not connect into Gateway Drive or to Central Boulevard at the town's request. In the next petition for the concept plan, we'll get in more detail about that emergency access connection. The 4 lots that will be developed, again, will be in the Anson I-65 PUD. Each individual lot has to submit a development plan to be reviewed and approved by Plan Commission in the future. We are currently moving forward with lot number 3 as a hotel site. That's the first lot to be developed. This primary plat petition will subdivide the property, and we have infrastructure design plans on file with the town currently for all of the infrastructure and utility and drainage construction to serve all the lots.
All righty. Thank you, sir. We'll go ahead and transition on to staff report.
The proposed primary plot is in compliance with the Anson PUD standards. Staff recommends that Plan Commission approve docket PC 20-015-PP shops at Anson North.
All righty. I'm just going to check to see if there's anyone that would like to speak in regards to this agenda item. It doesn't look like there are. So we'll go ahead and transition on to Plan Commission comments, questions. Looks like we do have a question from Jessica Morrison. It didn't come through. I think it only went to the host. Nathan, do you mind unmuting? And oh, you just forwarded. Okay, here we go. The question is, can the town clarify why this road will not connect north and south, please? It seems illogical to not have it connect. I'll go ahead and give the microphone to Brittany to address that question.
So one reason that the town did not want to have connection with this for north and south is just, again, a traffic concern for the residents that live in the neighborhood of Anson, as well as the boulevard and the apartment complex right there, similar to Realty Link project. Just we tried to keep it separate from the large shops with the residential area. So this is just a traffic concern, as we didn't want a lot of traffic to flood the residential neighborhoods, just for safety.
Thank you, Brittany. Are there any other comments or questions in regards to this agenda item? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve docket PC 20-015-PP shops at Anson North primary plat.
I'll second that motion. And we'll do a roll call vote.
Craig Arthur,
Yes.
Andrew McGee,
Yes.
Dave Taylor,
Yes.
Steve Milstead,
Yes.
Danny Powers.
Yes.
All right, agenda item C, docket PC 20015, shops at Anson North primary plat, passes as presented. Thank you. And looks like you're up again, Mr. Cross. We'll go ahead and transition on to agenda item D, docket PC 20016, concept plan for Fairfield in Anson North.
Yes, thank you. So this concept plan is for the hotel site located on the northwest quadrant, which is lot 3 of the shops at Anson North, per the primary plat was just approved. The petitioner is Hospitality Project Services. They are a hotel developer. They do numerous lodging sites all over the Midwest, very experienced in what they do. This 3.97 acre site, it's a little bit deceiving in size just because we're working with what was a green ditch as well as the lake to the west of the property. We have some requirements and restrictions by the Boone County Surveyor's Office on spacing between the ditch as well as what we can encroach with. So the hotel site itself is 3.97 acres. It's 82 rooms is proposed at this time. It's about 51,000 square feet. It is a 4-story building. It has ample parking spaces. We've worked with staff on preliminary comments on the concept plan, made some revisions to utility connections, as well as with fire access and availability of hydrants for fire protection. You know, one item I'd like to point out is that through comments with the fire department, Mr. Steve Milstead, we have added what's going to be an emergency access drive to Gateway, but that will be a temporary access drive once Lot 4 is developed to the east. That'll be the remaining lot in between the hotel and Hobby Lobby. Then that emergency access will be terminated because they will have a self-internal drive system for fire access to have 2 points of access to the hotel site. And that was the request by the fire department, to have 2 points of access. The center road will be developed by the developer in phases. On the southern end by the entrance to the hotel, that's where the first phase will end. So essentially you'll come from Perryworth Road up a portion of the site and then left into the hotel site. The next segment of the road will be built with Lot 4. And that's at the time where the emergency access from Gateway Drive will also be reworked and eliminate the connection between Gateway and the site. Then Lot 4 will connect to the east to the Hobby Lobby and the Shops at Whitestown parcel by Realty Link that was developed 2 years ago. So again, we are in concept plan phase at this point for approval. The site does meet the ordinance requirements. It's in the Anson I-65 PUD. There will be a development plan petition, which has already been filed with staff. So next plan commission hearing, you'll be reviewing much more detail with the site plan, landscaping, lighting, building elevations. That's the next phase.
Thank you, sir. We'll go ahead and transition on to the staff report.
Docket PC 20-016-CP Fairfield and Anson North meets Anson PUD requirements. Staff recommend that Plan Commission approve docket PC 20-16-CP Fairfield and Anson North.
Alrighty, thank you. Are there any folks from the public that would like to request to speak in regards to this agenda item? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and address any comments or concerns from the Plan Commission. Hearing none, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
Make a motion again on this one. Approve docket PC 20-016-CP Fairfield Inn Anson North concept plan.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and been seconded. We'll go ahead and do a roll call vote.
Craig Arthur,
Yes.
Andrew McGee,
Yes.
Dave Taylor,
Yes.
Steve Milstead,
Yes.
Danny Powers.
Yes.
All right, agenda item D, docket PC 20016 Fairfield Inn Anson North concept plan passes as presented.
All right, thanks very much. See you at the next plan commission.
See,
Thank you, Brian.
doesn't look like we have any other business. And in regards to announcements, I'm just going to make a quick announcement to let folks know that this is my last Plan Commission meeting, effective as of the end of this meeting. I am resigning from the Plan Commission. Just to focus a little bit more on the business that I'm doing on the side, as well as my primary career in my family. I've served for, I think it's been over 4 or 5 years on this commission, and it's been an amazing experience, and I've made a lot of friends along the way, and I've really appreciated everyone's time and kind of my antics throughout the years. So it's been a pleasure to serve with all of you. And on that note,
I have
we-
announcements.
If I could just make a comment, it's certainly been a privilege to work with you, Craig, and wish you well, and you've done a nice job in this capacity. Thank you.
appreciate that, John.
Craig, to add to that, I just wanted to say thank you. It's been great working with you these past couple years. We really have enjoyed having you as Plan Commission President, and I think this virtual meeting is definitely one way to end on a bang. But thank you. You have been really helpful and a really good member to have on the board.
If you don't mind, I think it would be good to hang on after the meeting adjourns and discuss whether we need to make any technical adjustments if we have to do any more of these as a virtual meeting. Thank you.
Definitely.
I will let the members know that there already has been an appointment. Sarah Ford, she was a previous Plan Commission member, and she will be coming back to Plan Commission. So there will be another familiar face on the board.
Awesome. Thanks, Brittany. Thanks, John. Alrighty. I don't think there are any other announcements, so we will go ahead. Okay. Just a quick announcement in regards to the next meeting. It will be May 11th is the tentative date for that meeting, and it is likely to be virtual as well. So this should be another fun one for y'all to work with. Other than that, we will go ahead and adjourn at 7:13 p.m. Thanks, folks. Have a good one.